So I was able to transform my dating life as an average looking Indian guy to the point where I have a dating life that's just as good as most of these Chads or Tyrones out there. So how was I able to exactly do this? In this video, I'm going to explain all of it to you using 3 specific pillars that really helped me transform my dating life as an average looking Indian guy. So speaking of the 3 pillars, number 1 was the fact that I stopped idolizing any type of person in general. I realized that instead of idolizing and being jealous of these Chads, Tyrones, celebrities, athletes, all that were super good looking, had all the money and were attracting all the women, I had to come into terms with myself that these same people that had the looks, the clout, the status, all of them were my competition. That same athlete or celebrity or influencer on social media that you idolize, you need to embrace the fact that they are indeed your competition. You can't be sucking up to people, being in awe of them, idolizing them. It's not going to help you internally with your dating life. Oh, my Chad friend, he's slaying all the Stacys, man. That would be so cool. Fuck that, bro. It's time you take control of your life and stop idolizing other people because they are your competition as well. I cut out basically all that extra noise and I focused narrowly on my dating life. Not other people's dating life, but my own dating life to see what I could do to improve it the best that I could. So the first pillar is really a mental hurdle. Stop idolizing all these random people, being in awe of them, these influencers, these models, these celebrities. Stop sitting there being jealous. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not saying that you can't have respect for people. There are plenty of people out there, especially in this space of YouTube, that I respect the hell out of, but I don't idolize them. I respect them, I'll take their advice, and I'll implement their advice. But I sure as hell ain't idolizing any of them. Stop gawking at their girl. Stop wishing that you could be them. Start focusing on what you can do yourself to transform your dating life. Stop following all these celebrities, these influencers. Start locking in on you. So pillar number 1, point number 1 was a mental hurdle that you need to embrace. Pillar number 2 / point number 2 is the fact that you need to develop unbreakable confidence. The way that I was able to transform my dating life to the point where I'm on the same level as these Chads, Tyrones, as an average looking Indian guy was I developed unbreakable confidence. One of the biggest pillars, foundations that you need in your life is fitness and developing a better physique and going to the gym consistently. That is one of the biggest things that you can do to improve yourself, not just physically, but mentally as well. Let me tell you this, man, when you're at the gym and you hit that PR for the first time, you hit 225 on the bench your very first time, or you're there, you're squatting 275, then 300, putting your body through that force, that range of motion, that pain, but you push through it. When you put your body through that wear and tear, if some girl were to reject you when you do cold approach, say ew or ignore you, none of that is going to hurt you because you've been through the wear and tear of going through the gym. Developing a more aesthetic physique, developing a better body really helps you conquer so much of the pain and rejection that you face in life, just in general, let alone from women. I personally don't give a fuck if I were to cold approach a girl and she looks the other way, says ew, and keeps going. Before I started going to the gym consistently, I would get so insecure if a girl did that. It would ruin my entire day. But when you become that guy who's worked out consistently, gone through that wear and tear, you develop that unbreakable confidence. No rejection from a girl can ever take that away from you. This is something you develop mentally, and you get that through working out, through going to the gym, gaining that unbreakable confidence. And you best believe, as a South Asian guy, you will stand out so much compared to the rest of your South Asian homies with that non-bred, typical Indian body type, that skinny fat Indian body type. You will stand out tremendously as a South Asian man when you have a solid physique. Just getting a more lean, muscular physique really helps you in the long run, man. Physically and internally, helping you get that unbreakable confidence to the point where a rejection from a girl that you meet, say through cold approach, isn't really going to affect you at all. So pillar/point number 2 on how I got to the same level as a lot of these chads out there was I developed that same level of unbreakable confidence through lifting and going to the gym, man. So pillar/point number 3 on how I was able to transform my dating life to the point where it became up to par with all these Chads and Tyrones, being an average looking Indian guy. I embraced the fact that I'm not the best looking guy in the world. I may never be as good looking as a lot of these, Chads and Tyrones that just have it naturally easy. But I did what I could, not blaming my genetics like most South Asian men do, and realizing that I could actually use this to an advantage. Yeah, I might not get the choosing signals of a Chad or a Tyrone by any means, but instead this taught me the importance and value of developing good social skills. I realized that as an average looking Indian guy, I couldn't just go out to these public places and just sit around and do nothing, right? I realized I had to be the one that went up and started that conversation. I had to be the one that really took action. And if she didn't like me, she thought I was unattractive, maybe I wasn't her type, right? I embraced it and I said, you know what? It is what it is. There are plenty of women out there. There's going to be one that does find me at least somewhat attractive, that does vibe with me. I learned the importance of social skills and how it could improve my dating life. Yeah, obviously make yourself as good looking, as attractive as possible. Always looks max, skincare, hygiene, grooming, go to the gym, fashion. Of course, all of that is important. Everybody knows that. But the real key here to point number 3 was embracing more so the fact that, yeah, I'm not the best looking guy naturally, but what can I really do to increase my chances? I'm not going to sit here, mope, and complain. I'm going to control what I actually can control. Yeah, girls might not automatically come to me. I won't get as many choosing signals as that Chad or Tyrone being an average looking Indian guy. But what can I control? I can make myself as attractive as possible, and I can really leverage my social skills so the girl can actually vibe with me, and I can really work on developing that connection. And ultimately, what ends up happening, the dark reality of a lot of these super handsome men, ultimately, yeah, they'll go throughout their 20s having it easy, but then there comes a time when they're unable to capitalize to that next level. At some point, you got to get past that level of just leading solely, with your looks. I mean, at the end of the day, what's the point of a super good looking guy who has an IQ below 100 and horrible social skills? Yeah, it'll get him a couple one night stands here and there. But many of these Chads, Tyrones, they tend to struggle as they get older because they haven't really developed much skill sets beyond, the looks threshold. As important as looks are, they're not the only factor. They'll get you into the door, which is why I preach to make yourself as attractive as possible. But there's more to the equation than just the looks. Really developing those verbals, those social skills. So speaking of improving your dating life, the top link in the description is my South Asian Warriors School. This is a school that I created helping South Asian men level up their dating life. So if you're a South Asian guy who's struggling with your dating life, be sure to click that first link in the description to join my South Asian Warriors School, helping South Asian men level up their dating life. So just to recap real quick in this video, how I was able to transform my dating life as a South Asian guy that made it up to par with a lot of these Chads and Tyrones out there. Number one, is the fact that I stopped idolizing all these celebrities, these models, these super good looking people. I cut out all the noise from social media. I didn't inherently think anybody was better than me, okay? You can't think like that. Cut out all the noise, focus and lock in on what you can do specifically to improve your dating life. Stop idolizing all these people. Stop thinking so low of yourself. Because at the end of the day, let's face it, that same celebrity, that same YouTube or Instagram influencer, that same athlete, they're all your competition when it comes to the dating market. Stop idolizing them. Lock in, bro. Lock in on your dating life. Number 2 was developing that confidence through that foundation of going to the gym, working out, developing a better physique. I say this all the time in my videos. Working out really is the foundation to self-improvement. It'll help you physically as well as mentally gain that unbreakable confidence. When you do go and cold approach a girl, even if she rejects you, you don't really care. You don't give a fuck because you know yourself how much pain, wear, and tear you've been through at the gym developing that physique. So the pain of getting rejected by a girl walking away, saying ew, saying she's not interested, that's not going to hurt you anymore because you've been through hell and back, developing your body, going through that wear and tear in the gym. You just gain that unbreakable confidence. And number 3, that last pillar, use the fact that you're not the best looking Indian guy in the world. Embrace this and realize that you could actually use this to your advantage. Yes, become as attractive as possible. Looks max as much as you can. But this will help you in your favor in the fact that you will become better socially. Embrace the fact that you won't be getting as many choosing signals as that Chad or Tyrone, but instead you could use this to your advantage by improving your social skills. Let it drive you to improve your social skills. Instead of sitting around all day waiting for choosing signals like these Chads and Tyrones, you can gain the social skills, go and approach women, talk to women when you're out and about. Your social skills will skyrocket and you could really leverage this instead of just having to leverage and sit there and wait for choosing signals like these Chads and Tyrones, man. And of course, looks max as much as you can. Present yourself in the best way possible as much as you can through, fashion, fitness, skincare, all of that, always when you're out and about. But instead of just waiting around for choosing signals, you yourself can use this as an opportunity to go approach more women, really develop that confidence, increase your verbal skills, your social skills, and you're going to get ahead ultimately of a lot of these Chads and Tyrones that don't even try to conversate with women because they think that their choosing signals alone will lead them to the paradise land. And I'm telling you, when it comes to a long-term relationship, yes, the looks will get you into the door, but you really need those social skills and being able to vibe with her to get to that next level, bro. So with all that being said, I didn't make this video to brag. I don't inherently think I'm better than you. Hopefully this video gave you that motivation as a South Asian man, that if an average looking Indian guy like myself was able to transform my dating life to the point where it is today, so can you, bro. So can you as a South Asian man. So with all that being said, again, the top link in the description is my South Asian Warriors School. If you're a South Asian guy who's struggling with your dating life, you can check this out by clicking that first link in the description to join the South Asian Warriors School, helping South Asian men just like you improve your dating life. Like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.